everyone. It's my pleasure to share with you a few thoughts on customer care. Now, I'm sure a number of you in the room may think it's not the most exciting subject, and I have to confess that I would agree with you. However, it is an important one that does get overlooked quite a lot. So if we think about what our role is as a distributor, you'll be very familiar with what you see on the slide there. Our role is to develop our 20 to 30 regular customers. But actually, it's more than that. And it is to look after them. And our business is very much about developing loyal customers who, if you take care of them, will stay with you throughout, or many of them will stay with you for years and years. And that's been my experience. I don't have hundreds of customers, but the ones that I look after and look after well have been with me many, many years now as I've built my business. I do believe that any one of us can sell a product, but we need to offer more than that. And Forever is becoming more and more brand aware now around the UK. People are in contact with people far more regularly that have access to the product. So I believe that for us to keep our loyal customer base, we have to be going the extra mile and taking care of the people that we introduce to the product. Many years ago, I remember driving home from a product launch, driving through the West Midlands, and it was a dark night, and on a billboard there was a sign, and it said this, what you see on the screen: a forgotten customer is like a unicorn, it simply doesn't exist. And I've never forgotten it, and it's always made me be very careful about the way that I look after my customers. So how can we make the people that we provide our products to feel that we do appreciate them? And I'd like to share with you a few ideas and a few experiences that I've had personally as a customer for other people's businesses, sometimes very positive experiences and sometimes not so, and just share with you the difference that it's made about the way that I give my money and my time to obviously other businesses out there. So to make people feel appreciated, we need to be organised, and I would encourage you to have a system, whatever system you choose to use, to make sure that you're proactive when you're following up on your customers. Do make sure that you know when they are going to need a call from you, so you know in advance of when they're about to run out of their drinking gel particularly. And I just use the 1 to 31 folder system. It's very simple, it's very straightforward, but it reminds me that I need to call them at certain times throughout the month. And then with a new customer, a new gel customer particularly, I'd make contact within a 2 to 3 day period of them starting to drink the gel to make sure that they've actually opened it. And then I would make contact again some 12 days later to make sure that they're into the habit really of taking the drink, and to make sure that I can include them on my next order so they don't run out. If you expect your customers to come back to you in the early days, they perhaps won't do. It's up to us to create the habit that then we can take care of. So what I'd say to you as well is to sweat the small stuff. And what I mean by this is, somebody orders from you, give a fast service. If someone is local to you, drop down that day if it's all possible and take the product if you have it, so that they don't have to wait at all. And I find with my customers, they really appreciate you making the extra effort. If you need to post the product, please don't leave the jiffy bag on the kitchen table for 2 to 3 days whilst you get round to going to the post office. Because that time lapse, I believe, makes all the difference from the customer's point of view. And if I can share with you one of my experiences last year, I'd found some shoes that I liked that were in a high street store, and they didn't have my size in store. However, I was told that I could ring the shop online, I could ring them directly, and they would post out to me if they had them in other branches. So when I made my inquiry, sure enough, they had what I was looking for. But the lady said, because I'd rang on a Monday afternoon, they only deliver out once a week, and I'd have to wait until the following Monday before they would be posted. So sure enough, I didn't order my shoes from that particular company, and I haven't ever since, because I needed them for the weekend. So if you think how many pairs of shoes you would buy in a lifetime, just think of the business that can be lost if we don't respond quickly to what our customer is looking for. I'd say pay attention to the detail as well, and take an interest in the customer that you are looking after. Why are they buying your product? Is it for them? Is it for their family? Do spend a little bit of time to find out what they're actually looking for, what benefit are they hoping to get, so that we can make sure we're there following their journey and their experiences as they go along. But importantly, more than anything, value your customers, because it's too late when they have become someone else's. And I'm sure many of us have experienced being in a public place, perhaps having our products on display, and someone coming over to a stand to express to us that they've used the product before, but for some reason the person they got it from originally has never been in touch and they don't know where to get it from again. So don't be that distributor, don't be that person that doesn't take care, because it doesn't take much for us to have an effective system to look after people. And again, I remember, put this to my experience of, we have a dog, we have 2 dogs actually now, but many, many years ago, a friend of mine started a dog food delivery business. And I'm more than happy to support local businesses and small businesses as people support us. So I agreed to take that dog food regularly. But after 2 and 3 months' time of not getting a call when I was running out, in the end, I just decided that I would just pick up the dog food from my local shop, and I have done ever since. Now our eldest dog is 14, and he's had the same food for 14 years. Had Julie looked after me, she'd have had a customer in us for all of those years, and now we have actually got a second dog now, so do you think that would have extended our use of her product range? So just think about that. It's not just about that lapse in a moment in time, it's actually the impact that the ongoing orders, or the lack of the ongoing orders, can have on your business. Encourage your customers to try the wider range of product that we have. And I expressed to them that as a valued customer, this is why I'm asking them to trial some of the other products, so I can get their feedback. Because customers do sometimes fall into a rut and they just stick with the products that they've always bought from you. So I would use my customer trial box or my put box and ask them if they would, as a family, try the products for a few days, but importantly, give me customer feedback, because I value their opinion, because they've been valuable to me in my business over those periods of months or years. You can also, of course, tailor-make your customer trial box. And I've often put in the skincare range of product for people to try. So if you enjoy the Sonia skincare or the Fleur, then why not put together a box that enables them to expand into your skincare side of your business? If they're sports goers and avid attendees at the gym, put some of the sports products together. But explain to them that your request is because they are a valued customer, and that's why you'd like their opinion on the other products that we actually have. Make your customers feel special. Now, obviously, birthdays are sometimes difficult for us always to remember. We're not always aware, but just try and start to take those little details down when your customers do actually celebrate a birthday. But we can all remember Christmas. It's hard to forget. So make sure that when you give out your Christmas deliveries, I've always given to my regular customers a gift of other products that they've not yet used. And that will be quite a significant gift often, especially if they've been with me all year. And I'll make sure they understand that it's my gift to them for being a valued customer throughout the whole of that year. I've just celebrated my birthday actually this week, and I had a card and a voucher actually through from one of my local salons. And I visited a number of different salons over the last few months, but only one recognised my birthday this week and sent me through a £10 gift voucher that I could use on my next visit. So which one do you think I'll go back to? So if you think, why don't we put a little voucher in with our well wishes for a birthday? Because again, it will encourage people to expand on the use of the products that they have with us. Make sure your customers know that you do care, and it's not about the sale, it's about them getting benefit from the products that we have. And if they ask us questions as to whether products would help them, and perhaps they have a little bit of a complicated history and we perhaps need some advice, whether it is from Dr. Atherton or Dawn, or whether it's the animals and it's from David, if you say that you will find out and you'll find this information out, I encourage you to make sure that you do go back to people, because they may not ask you again. So if you've promised that you'll find information out, even if you find out that the product that we have perhaps won't address that particular problem, just make sure that you go back and tell them, because it makes them feel that you again value their questions and their input to you as well. Ask for referrals. Now, this is something that took me a long, long time to get into the habit of doing. But every good customer potentially knows many more. And if they're getting a benefit from the products that they're using, they may know, and they will know, other people who the same benefit may make their life a lot better. And one of my particular gel customers is very local to me. She's actually my neighbour. But really, from just chatting and asking her who she knew that she thought would also benefit, she actually led me to 3 other gel drinkers that were actually her family members. But obviously that broadened my customer base just from one conversation that I had. And also it's nice to incentivise them to say, if you can put me in contact with 2 or 3 people that do become my customers, your next product is complimentary, it's on me. Because again, I value the support that you give to me and my business. It will make a difference if they feel that you value and you care about them. What about hosting special preview nights? If, for example, well, we've actually got our new makeup range now, our new Flawless. How many of us have actually gone out to the customers that we have already and invited them to perhaps a special preview of what the product range is about before we open it as a general evening? And now we have a local shop that we purchase quite a few of our clothes and things from. And sure enough, at least twice a year, they'll invite us to a preview evening as a valued customer where we can go in with a glass of Prosecco on arrival and we can browse the products and the clothes that they have before it's opened and put on display to a wider audience. Well, that makes us feel quite special because that shop values us. So this is something that I've then taken from that and hosted something at home. So why not do it now with our cosmetic range? As the summer comes up, it's an ideal time to introduce some of the summer products to people as a special preview for your valued customers. It just takes a little bit of organising and a little bit of thinking, and every single Christmas I will do a Christmas open house, predominantly really for my existing customers. Now, that's not to say that I wouldn't welcome new ones in if they want to bring people along, but my invites at Christmas are going out to the people that have been with me over that year, and I want to make them feel special, and that's always been a really big success for us at the end of the year. I would say spend a little bit of time, if you can, with your customers. Time is it's a very precious commodity. We've all got the same amount of it, however, sometimes we don't use it wisely. And what I'd say here is with my customers, most of my customers are local to me. I am delivering my products. However, sometimes it'll just mean that for a run of a few months, I may not see the person because they may be out at work, or I'll leave it in a specified place, and we won't actually be in contact with one another. If that's happened and it's gone 2 or 3 months, I'll make sure the next time I deliver it, I'll call at a time that I know they're home, because I believe it's important to keep the contact and to keep that relationship strong with your customer. One of my customers is 92, and she's been a Freedom drinker for many years. And I know I quite make her day when I visit, because I don't stay long, but I'll stay long enough to have a drink with her, but she doesn't get that many visitors now. And I know that she enjoys the chance just to chat. So for her, it's more than the fact that I deliver a bottle of Freedom to her. It is about having those few minutes to spend. And importantly, it keeps them loyal to you. And I believe that is the strongest message, is that we don't want to lose our customers because we fell down and we didn't do our part of the bargain. Now, if you have an online retail shop, that I'm sure most of us do, just remember again, though, that if you sell your products online, it doesn't mean that you don't follow up, because otherwise it will just be a one-off purchase. So I'd say to you, be mindful of the sales that go through and follow up and see how they got on. There's more chance they'll come back to you, even if they randomly found your online shop. If you are able to contact them with an email or a phone number, then do make sure that you do that. And if you're not able to obviously get to them, at least you've tried your best. And I think that's the only bit that we can do. But I know with my online sales that come, I would always try and follow up and just make sure that they got the product okay, and importantly, they're getting on with it okay as well. So finally, my message really to you is a simple one, because it doesn't take a lot of effort to be good in this area. However, I do feel that sometimes we can let ourselves down and not take care of the regular customers that we have. And this is one of Jim Rohn's quotes that I've always been a fan on. If you care at all, you'll get some results. If you care enough, you'll get incredible results. And the beauty of my business over the years has been that I'm very proud to say that I've serviced my regular customer base for years and years, and found that along the way, I've expanded the number of products that they use, and they've brought more people to me, not only because of the fantastic product that I offer, but because of the service that comes with it. So hopefully you've got a few ideas there that you can take home and share, importantly, obviously with yourself first, but share into your groups as well. So thank you very much for spending a few minutes with me. Thank you.